What is up, A-Team? Welcome back. AuzSOME here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or not, depending on where you're at, but I hope it is awesome. And yes, we're back at it today. Talk more about crypto, talk more about the cryptocurrency markets. We got a lot of good news out there. Although the markets are down right now, there is some positive news. Markets are oversold or overpurchased right now, and we're trying to work our way. Are the markets down? Well, I just realized that they've been on a pretty good tear over the last, I don't know, probably a couple weeks now. And, we have our ups and downs, but for the most part, we are definitely overpurchased. And now we're working our way down to the bottom to reset for the next rally. That's really what it comes down to. And so I hope everyone's prepared for that. I hope everyone's actually prepared for to put in the longs right now. I know we have some shorts playing out right now. And people are making some pretty good money off the shorts, and I couldn't be more excited for anyone and everyone who got in on the plays. Even last night on stream, we did a late night stream. People were making money off the shorts there. So, kudos to anyone that actually hung on to those and watched them come down to what XRP was at 222 this morning when I woke up at like 4 a.m. And but before we jump into everything, I do want to say what's up to everyone here on the A-Team. Let's start off with Z Goals. What's up, man? Good to see you, my guy. I did get that Trente Starbucks. I get a Vente every time. It's weird, dude. Long story short, basically I get Ventes because the coffee mixture is perfect. If you get a Grande, the coffee mixture is messed up. If you get a Trente, the coffee mixture is messed up. Vente is the perfect mixture of coffee. So that's why I do it. So kind of crazy. I'm totally a coffee loser. So anyways, Pipeline, what's up, man? We got RPM in the house here. What's going on? We got Crypto Keeper Joel. What's up, my guy? I tried to hang your sign. I got the wrong hangers. So hopefully here by this weekend, I have your sign hung up. I'm excited for it. So 808 Memes, what's up? Megan, XRP Bandit, William, good to see you guys. Appreciate you being here. Cool Cat. We got Cool Cat in the house here. What's up, my man? Let's see. Stig, what's up? What's up? Richard, Chipper. If I miss some of you guys, I'm scrolling a little fast here. Cripple Stacks. Hey, Austin, it's Penny Stacks. I decided it was time for a name change. Oh, okay. Damn, we got Crypto Stacks in the house from Penny Stacks. Hey, I'm with you, man. Crypto Stacks is where it's at. Arzios, what's up, man? Would love to walk through at some point on how to use BTC app. I'm struggling a bit with it. Okay, we can mess around with that. What I could do actually, now that you brought that up, what I could do, I might have to get Fan to get me a charger. So I'll have to probably text her real quick. See if she can get me a charger, because what I'll do is I will actually tell you truth, I'll do it right here. What I can do is I can share with you the actual phone screen, my phone screen on the camera here later in the stream. I'll share my phone screen and I'll show you how to go step by step through it. So you think Jake Claver's 4-digit claim is legit? I don't know who I don't even know who that is. Alex, thanks so much for being here for 3 months. Do you think? I don't know. I have to look that up. The 4-digit claim is legit. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I appreciate you being here for 3 months. I don't know. Yes, please. Thank you so much. All righty, and I will do that, man. What's up, Paul? Good to see you. Anthony Hawkins, what's up, man? Good to be here. Hodl as always. Yeah, definitely. You should be accumulating. That's probably the biggest thing here, is to accumulate as much as possible. And then, play around if you can. That's kind of where we're at right now. So let's jump into it today. We got a lot of news to cover, and then we got really our plays of the day. We got what we're doing, what we're moving through, how our plays are looking out. You can see right now the market cap has fallen down. We were at 3.3. We were at 3.41 yesterday. Now we're at a 3.37. You can see about roughly 2.58% has fallen off the top of the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin coming down pretty hot. Bitcoin is actually the number one trending coin as far as dipping wise. I mean, you can see the volume coming down pretty hot right now. Definitely down. It's coming up over the last hour, which is good, right? We'll have some ups and downs, but for the most part, it's coming down. You see our XRP sitting around 224. This thing was around almost 221. I think it dipped down into 221 at one point. I mean, if I look back at the wick, this thing was coming down this morning. So good entry point right there. If you guys were able to sell that short, maybe buy the long and now play the game. But again, I'm not scalping. I'm usually trying to hold anywhere from like a 3 to 4 or 5 day. But we do have some more bleeding coming up here based off what I'm seeing. Solana, obviously still down from where we purchased it at. And then we have our baby over here. We have H-bar back into 16.87. We were saying about 16.5 is where it's at, but this is climbing back up nicely. I heard some people in here talking about SWE, saying that they should have bought it at 325. SWE's been a really hard, I traded this one time, and it's been actually a kind of a hard chart to follow. It's been very up and down, a lot of emotional trading. It's kind of like, I'm not going to say it's like the volatility of a meme coin. It's like it's really hard to follow the trend of the chart. So, you kind of sort of have to take a stab at it, but that's kind of where that's at. Overall, the hour is up right now. You can see that that's probably a good thing. So kudos to that. Right now, you can actually see the stock market is coming back right now. I think it's actually, tell you the truth, I mean, I think we're actually up a little bit higher. No, we're still right there. It says about 18, about 19 points up on the Dow. We got about 15 points up on the S&P 500 and 45 up on the Nasdaq. Doing pretty well. For the most part, you could see that there was some some news came out here in regards to people walking back their reciprocal tariffs. Tariff discussion still out there. Tariff discussion is still a big thing when it comes to Donald Trump. He's obviously pushing for the tariffs, and anytime we actually bring that up, it's never good for the market. It's literally never good for the markets. You can see right here, most retail executives expect Trump to walk back the reciprocal tariff survey. Or that's based off the survey out here. Whether he does or not, I have no idea whether he's going to walk that back. One great thing that came out today is that Trump calls Fed Chair Powell a numbskull as he urges interest rates to cut. However, he did come out and say that he was not going to terminate and or fire Powell. So this is probably good, as much as we probably don't really care for Powell, don't really care for just everything that he's done. He's probably one of the worst Fed chairmen to exist, and but this is probably good for the market. I think if he actually went in there and terminated him, it would probably be a little bit, just probably wouldn't be that good for the market. It wouldn't be that good at all. It wouldn't be a good picture. It wouldn't actually be good for the president. So I think that this is probably a good call here, even though I do agree with him. I do believe that we should have some interest rates coming down here. We talked about this last night. I think that we are on the verge of a rate cut coming in here next week. Again, that's just my thoughts. We haven't had a rate cut in quite some time. And right now we're actually starting to see some really good levels come in today. You can see right here, we had, let's go back over here to the PPI data that came in. You can see right here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's go right. Why is this popping up? There we go. So why isn't it popping up? Interesting. I wonder why it's not popping up here. But overall, we did have some good PPI data coming in today, and that's really where it's at. I wonder why that's not popping up. That's kind of annoying. So we'll hopefully have some rate cuts coming in here. But we'll see. At the end of the day, I don't really know what's going to happen here. This is, again, just speculation. I'm hoping that come Wednesday of next week, we have reset the charts and we're on to the next levels. That's kind of where I'm at with it. So just download BTC today. Looking forward to your tutorial. Okay, Anthony. Yeah, definitely. Make sure that if you do it, click on my, I'm not here to like show my link, but the 10% is real. So like if you're going to move money over there, you have to spend $500 or more. But if you do, they actually give you money to trade. So like, let's just say you move over $1,000, they do give you 10% cash back. So they'll give you 10%. They'll basically give you $100 to trade for free. And like, it actually is legit. I've done it a couple times. And so like, if you're going to do it, just take advantage of that, use that $100 to like practice or use, you know what I mean? You don't have to use the money that you deposit, just use the money that they gave you to at least practice. And then you can move around or do whatever you want to do with. But I mean, take advantage of it. If you're going to do it, just take advantage of it. That's all I got to say. Come on, Austin. Where's the clickbait titles? I know, right? I need to jump on more clickbait titles. Always waiting on the data. Yep. Yeah, he's always waiting on the data. That's kind of the worst thing. Cut the rates. Yeah, I want to cut the rates as well, dude. 100%. Let's see here. Bitcoin is going to go into 69K. Dude, no way. That's actually pretty crazy. Oh, here, let me put the comments on the screen here. I think people like that. So we see that right there. We saw that he's not going to do this. This is great news right here. President Trump did come out and say that him and Elon are friends. They obviously just got into a friendly spackle. I mean, it seems like a pretty intense accusations. I know that Elon took down the tweets. I feel like this was coordinated. I said this before. This is a psyop. I put out a tweet on this that like I feel like this was like an intentional way. I don't know, to like, because you got to think there's two. You got Elon coming in here saying I want to reduce the spending. You got Trump out here saying that I want to reduce taxes. And so it's kind of a clash, because if you're going to do that, you're going to obviously raise the debt ceiling because you're reducing taxes, which are going to cost more money. And obviously there's that. So I feel like this was like a way to like say, hey, if like it doesn't pass the Senate, it's like, hey, at least I gave it a fair shake. I don't know. I feel like this was kind of calculated, but that's just my personal opinion right here. So one great thing right here when it comes to XRP, love this. This is great. We talked about real world assets. We talked about it going on the XRP side right here. You can see Trident raises up to $500 million for corporate XRP treasury. For the XRP treasury here, I mean, that's pretty legit, right? If you're going to move over to the XRP side, you can see that that's a pretty good amount of money going into XRP treasuries. I mean, damn, I was pretty excited when I read that. So kudos to them. One thing I want to put out here is that this chart right here is telling us that consumers are expecting us to live in inflation. So The charts haven't reacted. We're doing really good. We're in a bull market. People have now accepted the fact that we're going to live with inflation. So this was like about a year ago. We were talking about inflation and not having money in our pockets. Now people have become accustomed to this just being part of life now, is to have this much inflation. So again, this is actually kind of good for the economy, because when inflation does go down, the people that are just saying, hey, you know what, we're just going to live with it. We're not going to, it is what it is now. We're still going to live our lives the best we can. This is actually really, really good. So it says U.S. consumers expected rent prices to jump 8.4% over the next year, one of the highest readings in over 2 years. To put this into perspective, these expectations did not surpass 6% in the 5 years prior to 2020. And we're looking at 8.4. So, I mean, like, you could talk in the last 5 years. I mean, to get to up to 8.4 is a pretty big jump. So additionally, 1 year ahead, food prices are anticipated to increase by 5.5%. So, I mean, we're living with inflation. It says this sharp surge from 3.8 expected over is a 3.8 increase over the next 8 months. And it says Americans think inflation is here to stay. And I guess, if we're in the middle of this run right now, just imagine when inflation goes down. Just imagine when actually we start to control inflation to some degree. The markets are going to blow up, bro. That's basically what I'm saying. The markets are just going to explode. So this is what it is right here. I wanted to put this out here. It says President Trump says the great beautiful bill will grow the economy like it's never grown before and cut expenses by 1.6 trillion. One thing I love about Grok here is that the person says, this is what I love about it. It says, Grok, how does it cut expenses if Elon said it was pork-filled bill that will significantly increase debt? And then, dude, it's so great. So it comes out here and actually gives a pretty good breakdown as to what this bill is. I love Grok. I love this. I love AI because of this kind of stuff right here. And it says the One Big Beautiful Bill Act claims 1.6 trillion in spending cuts, mainly from Medicaid and SNAP reductions per the administration. However, CBO and others estimate it adds about 2.3 to 3.1 trillion to the deficit due to large tax cuts outweighing savings, which is what we're talking about here. Musk's pork-filled claim points to specific spending critics see as wasteful, aligning with concerns of debt increase. Tariff revenue and growth assumptions may not fully offset the cost. Says the debt hinges on different physical projections. So that's really what it comes down to. But it was actually pretty good to see that. So regardless of the amount of money that's going to get printed, basically they're going to turn on the money printer. We're going to print the money and we're going to give the tax cuts out there, and people are going to come back and they're going to buy up the markets. That's just really what it comes down to in a nutshell. Just go back to 2016 when Trump came in here, and you'll actually see. You can see right here. I posted this about back in January 2022. This is something that I've told you guys before. This is Trump right here in 2016. And then what did he do? He actually did exactly what the big beautiful bill was. He lowered taxes, allowed for tax holidays, allowed for companies to come back in and buy up the market. And this is what happened when Trump was in office after basically the same bill. It's not, this is obviously a little bit differently, but I mean, it's almost the same in a way of what he's trying to do here. So you can see that obviously he's going to try to do the same thing. We're right here. I mean, very, very similar. I mean, we're at 100 and we're still at like 106, 107,000, which is right here. And then this was back in January of this year. I went back and actually found this because I wanted to point this out, that this is what's going to happen. This is going to be a roadmap of what's going to happen here when this bill actually probably passes. We're going to see a lot more money inflow in the next 6 months if that bill passes. So some people are praying for it to pass. When it does pass, and if it does pass, dude, like the markets are going to explode. Simple as that, dude. Money's going to flow back into the markets like we probably haven't seen in quite some time. So just realize that. So we should hold the shorts. I mean, I'm holding my shorts. It's again, we could take a look at these. I mean, we put these shorts in, and like right now I have Solana up. I'm up about $432. We have my Ethereum short. I'm up $141, and then my XRP short. I'm up $431. Up pretty good right now. But yeah, there's probably a little bit more downturn. We can have some turmoil up and down. But I told you guys I had my triggers of where I think these things are going to go, and I'm probably going to try to hold to them. Doesn't mean that like it's going to do that, because it very well might not do that at all. My other shorts I have right here, I'm up roughly. I mean, this one's killing it right now. This H-bar short is killing it, right up 235%, and then this XRP one is up 163%. So there is some more room here to bleed, and we'll definitely go over that here in a little bit. So, but this is really the trajectory we're going to go. Every time we have a 4-year cycle, Biden, Obama's kicked it in gear, Trump kicked it into gear, even Biden kicked it into gear here, right? We went from roughly a $17,000 Bitcoin up to a $55,000 Bitcoin. Back in 2016, we went from a $750 Bitcoin to a $4,000 Bitcoin. And back over here, we went from literally like $2, $1, all the way up to $1,000 when Obama was in there. So just expect this to eventually come up and, hopefully we hit somewhere up in this, 250, 280 point, which is where we kind of projected before. And hopefully maybe it goes a little bit higher. We'll see. Can be careful for mental health and others. I have a friend that uses depression. What are we talking about, Chameleon? What's up, Chameleon? Good to see you, dude. I lose my membership to the A team tomorrow. Oh no. Someone who doesn't believe in XRP but find it entertaining to listen to people talk about it. Austin is the chillest to listen to. Levi and Oscar sound like they. Well, I appreciate that, CGB. I think it's just people find it as a store of value. I mean, people are excited about it, and there's a lot of companies out here. I mean, if an ETF drops, there's going to be a lot more investment. This is where, like, if BlackRock starts investing in these cryptos like an XRP and things like that, they could do well, right? I mean, absolutely do fantastic. But you do have other companies out here. I mean, Circle, for instance, Circle goes, USDC goes live on the XRP ledger. This is big. I mean, you got one of the largest, if not the second largest stablecoin in the world that is now is working in collaboration with XRP to put the stablecoin on the ledger. This allows USDC to be wrapped in XRP or wrapped in, it'd be basically wrapped in XRP on the XRPL. And really the whole goal for this is because they're going to start bringing over real world assets to the XRPL. That's a big thing here. So people are going to start buying up, basically be using XRP to transfer funds back and forth on the XRPL. That's what it comes down to. They're going to basically store their real world assets in USDC stablecoin on the XRPL, and to move that around and or to, put it onto the blockchain, you're providing liquidity to the blockchain, and, it's a one for one, right? You have to wrap it with XRP to be able to actually then use USDC on the XRPL. So it's a win-win, dude. This is actually really good for XRP. So as much as XRP is a blockchain at the end of the day here, right? So that's what you want. You want people to put liquidity onto a blockchain to then be wrapped in that blockchain's coin to then be able to be used on that blockchain. That's simply what it is. And so if you're bringing real world assets out here, I mean, it's actually a positive thing. This is really positive for XRP. This would be positive for any blockchain. Just XRP is right here, right now. I mean, if HBAR drops it toward USDC or any other blockchain out there starts using USDC wrapped on their blockchain, dude, that's great. That's what you want. So good to see. I mean, this is awesome. And like it says here, the node of the future is inoperable as Ripple and Circle partner to bring the full reserves one-to-one back stablecoin to the network. I mean, that's fantastic. What's up, Selmo? We got Selmo Fudd in the house here. What's up, my guy? Good to see you, dude. XRP definitely has a ton of brand new traders. Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, a lot of people jumped in here. A lot of people jumped into this. What's up, Austin? We're talking about ketamine. Yeah, that's some wild stuff, dude. Cool cat. Have you clicked accept membership in your settings? Yeah. What's up, Toolbox? Good to see you, buddy. So that's some positive news there. Obviously, that's great. This is really, really cool. So XRP Ledger is Ethereum compatible sidechain good to go live in Q2. So as you can see right here, the XRPL sidechain that's compatible with the EVM looks like it's going to be going live here in roughly about, I think it said Q2. It's going to go live in Q2 here. It says the XRPL EVM sidechain testnet went live earlier this year and is experiencing rapid growth. According to these people, it says 87 new entities with no prior XRP involvement are now contributing to the ecosystem. So now you have the sidechain in here. This just takes away from Ethereum, to be honest with you guys. Like anytime that there's an EVM sidechain, it just takes liquidity away from Ethereum. Like that's one thing I feel like Ethereum has kind of dampened themselves by allowing people to create these layer twos, because it's just taken liquidity off the Ethereum blockchain. If they did not do that, if they because we'll just take an example. So when Polygon moved to EVM, Polygon got obliterated. Polygon's EVM is like, it was just like, dude, they just got obliterated. It's just not what Polygon's not what they used to be. So I just don't. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just not a fan of it. I mean, it's cool if you're. I don't even know if I like it as an Ethereum person, because it just takes liquidity away from the blockchain itself. Ethereum would be at an all-time high. Ethereum would probably be $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 if they weren't allowing these layer twos to take so much away from them. Just my personal opinion, dude. I think that's actually obliterated the EVM or the Ethereum blockchain. Greetings from the UK and soon Poland. Long trip tomorrow. Oh man, Slavo, dude, 1,700 miles. Gosh, dang, dude, are you flying or are you like taking a train? What's up, my batch? What's up, man? Yeah, cool cat. Yeah, appreciate that. Let me text Fan, see if she can get me a charger real quick. Oops. Oops. Let's see if she can. I need a charge so I can charge the phone so I can go put the BTC on here for you guys. Hey, could you do me a favor and get me a charger port, please? I need to charge this extra phone so I can display it for the A team. It doesn't matter. It's the one that we use. Sorry. No, it's not. Okay, bye. Sweet. CCC, the BTC maxis, we're going off on GMC. Oh, on GameStop. Raid the like button, smash the like. I appreciate you, XRP Bandit. Car mate, it's gonna be fun. Gosh, 1700 miles. That's quite the jaunt, dude. That's roughly what? I mean, yeah, that's probably from like you're driving from like basically like me driving from like Seattle to to LA. That's about what that drive is. Like about 2 day drive, right? What's cracking, 18? What's up, Em? Good to see you, man. Like we can all get rich. Yeah. So that's where we're at with the news. That's where we're at with BlackRock trying to become the biggest one here. I think they have a good things. You can see right here. This is what I'm talking about. U.S. Treasuries bought back another 10 billion of its own debt. So this is really, really big. Can you plug that one in? Can you plug that one in? It's the old. I use the old phone.
That is mine.
No, I need the old phone. Oh,
I used that charger, weirdo.
Sorry. Thank you. Let's see here. We got the treasury. Yeah, so basically this is great right here. We got people buying up the treasury side of things. This is actually really good. We're buying up our own debt here. This is gonna be really, really big here in the coming future. I mean, this is gonna bring up a lot of value for crypto and just for the economy as a whole. So keep watching this kind of stuff. The treasury bond market is big, right? This is one of the biggest things out there in regards to even the tariffs. I keep seeing a supply shock that shoots XRP up. It makes sense considering XRP isn't a real retail investor. Could it be possible that we won't even be able to buy it anymore once it's adopted? I don't think so. I don't think that. I mean, that would have already been off the table, I think, if that was the case. So, I don't think so. I think you're still going to be able to buy it. BTC is creeping. Yeah, you can see right here, we're back to 108,000 right now. The markets are coming back slightly right now, which is good, right? You want the markets to come back up. You can see XRP back into the 225 over the last so about 8 hours. We've creep back up here to 225. Again, this will probably come up and touch the 382 level. We've filled this nice little fair value gap here. My goal is still 220 here. You can see the 4 hour is going to come up here. We'll probably come up. We'll probably hit somewhere in here and then probably come back down. The 12 hour is still trying to reset right now. Typically we don't get 3 peaks up here. We usually only get 2 peaks. Let me get the comment out of the way here. We get 2 peaks. We usually don't get 3 peaks. I haven't seen a 3 peaker. I mean, this already crossed over the 80. It's coming down. So, I mean, I'm projecting this is going to come down. Even if we have a nice little, we have roughly about 5 p.m. So what is that? 7 hours. 7 hours before the next 12-hour reset. So we have some room to play here, but I wouldn't be shocked if this comes back down and chills around the 24. The day chart's still trying to reset as well. You can see that usually we could do something like this right here, where it comes down and then comes back up and then comes down and then comes back up. We could do something like that, but just realize that when we do that the 12 hours still comes down and resets. So even with that happening, this is going to come back down and reset. And that usually takes about 1, 2, let's see, that was about 4 days. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 5 days. So right now we're at 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I think that we still have some room to come down. I mean, personally, that's just my personal, take it for what it is. We hit the bottom right here today. You can see right here, we hit the top of this fair value gap right here at 222. This has a really good chance of being filled. This has a really good chance at some point today hitting this somewhere in this 220 and being filled. So we'll see what happens. Austin, did you change your percentage settings for the fib, or do you use the normal trading fib from the toolbar? No, I set mine up. You can see right here on mine, I got the 236, I got the 382, the 0.5, the 0.618, the 0.65, which again, the 618 and the 65 are the golden pocket. And then, yeah, you have the one down here, the 1 point, but that's really the areas that I use. So that's kind of my settings I set up here. When is XRP going to go off? We got to wait for this thing to reset. It could pop back off later next week. I mean, that's kind of where we want to go. Is we want this thing to reset. To have a healthy growth, we need this thing to reset. Because what we don't want is this thing. We could have this thing bounce around up here. We're just prolonging the reset of the next leg. That's all. We're just prolonging the next step of the next leg. The more this stays up here on the day chart, the more that happens. Ethereum's in the same boat right here, right? Look at the day chart. Ethereum's still peaking out right here. So we haven't even reached up to its level yet. This will probably, you can see over here when it gets above the 80, it usually goes back up. So we have some room to actually grow here. So like probably my ETH short, I'll probably be selling my ETH short today because there is probably some room for Ethereum to grow. You can see right now down, $12 right now. But I mean, there is some room for this to still grow on the day chart, even though the 12-hour is working its way down. Again, this thing typically does some weird stuff like this where we still grow, comes down and then we still grow. Look at this right here. And then boom, we grow back out of it. And just this little area right here, we grow back significantly, even higher than where we were at right here. So yeah, it's kind of interesting how it works, but Ethereum has that leg based off of where the day chart's at on this. We go look at Solana. Solana's a different boat. Same thing right here, but the 12-hour is working its way down again. You go back and look at the day chart. You can see right here, again, when we start to talk about up here, last time it's peaked up here, it did something like this and started to roll over. We actually continued to climb up higher. So, there is some room with these larger ones up here. However, XRP is not showing that, and same with HBAR. HBAR is actually coming back down pretty good too. So, again, HBAR could do something like this. If we have positive news, it could play this whole game right here where we start to go down and have a double top again. But again, these are things that you should be setting stop. If you're in the profits right now, you should be setting some stop losses. You know what I mean? I should be setting some. I haven't actually set them. I'm preaching to you guys to set them. I haven't set mine. Just because the one thing that sucks about setting the stop losses, I feel like the exchanges seek your stop losses. So I'll probably just be monitoring these and potentially probably selling them for profit. I mean, we're up pretty good. So we're up pretty good on the shorts right there. Austin, don't short ever. Foolish game to play. Well, I mean, we're doing pretty good, bro. I mean, the shorts are we were following the charts. The charts are coming out pretty good. I mean, I shorted here. I'm up 154% there. HBAR we're shorted. We're up 223% on that one. And then on my other future side of it, on the isolated side, you got or let's go to my isolated side. We're up 319. We're up almost 100% right there, $319. We're up 72%, which is about $102, and then about another $393. So I mean, like, dude, just in the last 24 hours, probably give or take. I mean, we're probably up roughly, I don't know, $1,200 to $1,500. So can't really complain too much. I'm at my computer most of the time, so I usually close positions manually. That's probably the best way to do it, dude. Bobby T, yeah, what's up, man? I'm just waiting for my portfolio to hit the millions. Yeah. Like 6 people had drowned in my area trying to cross high water. Damn, dude. Seriously, cool cat. Austin, do you think there'll be good news on June 16th? I don't know. It's hard to say. Next week's going to be kind of a different week. I mean, we're all trying to project if rate cuts are going to happen. We talked about this last night on stream. The potential for rate cuts is actually it's tricky. I mean, people are on the poly market are betting that there could be, we're at our highest chance of a rate cut this year. So, the betting markets are kind of where it's at. And right now they're betting that there is a higher chance for a rate cut come next week. So we'll have to sort of see how that plays out. But, yeah, I think a lot of people are actually, dang, they do not make that easy, do they? I think you've already tore it. Ugh. Trying to open some like powder for fan here. There we go. I'll let you finish it. Let's see here. I've been very careful shorting right now, though with stablecoin bill about to pass. Yeah, you got to be careful. Like I said, set your stop losses. It's okay. Indicators are telling us that we're still coming down a little bit, but there always could be a bounce back. So just make sure you don't leave it for risk. Just come out here, put them in there, close them, whatever you want to do. Take your profits. Sometimes, holding on for too long could definitely hurt you. Vita Inu, I never heard of it, dude. Never heard of it. Chuck Norris doesn't mind Bitcoin. Bitcoin minds Chuck Norris. Code Core, what's up, Code Core? Good to see you, buddy. Are you still holding at all, or are you just shorting nowadays? No, I still hold my bag, bro. I still hold a large portion on my ledger, dude. Like I said, I haven't plugged my ledger in since October of 2024, dude. just sitting there. I look on Ledger Live on my phone, you know, and I have a little, you know, I have some stuff over on Coinbase that I play around with, you know, but you know, then I come over here and we do some trading, some shorts and longs, and do the play of the days over here on stream. So that's kind of where we're at. So please mark it down. Do not fancy until I get my extra money off Coinbase. All right. You need to update the ledger. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Ledger's you know, Ledger's good, dude. Like I said, I mean, everything. There were some people out here that had Tangem as well. People on here had and I probably will have to, once I plug it in, I'll probably have to update it. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I'll have to plug it in and probably update it. It's probably gonna take a second. Let's see here. Austin, don't forget to create your play of the day category in your Discord. Yeah, I need to do that, dude. Thanks 808 Mimis. I definitely need to do the play of the days and just keep them there. I like Tangem, but I'm simple. Yeah, Tangem's good, dude. Tangem for the win. A lot of people like Tangem. I mean, you can actually move your H bar over to Tangem, where Ledger makes it a pain in the ass, actually. So there's that. You know, but yeah, let's go back over here. So like I was telling you guys, with H bar, you go to the day chart right now. We just passed over the 75. We're down to the 75 right now. We're starting to work our way down. Eventually, like I said, no matter what, this thing will reset. We'll reset at some point. Just a matter of when it's going to reset. The 12 hour is working its way down. This is actually working its way down pretty fast. You guys see right here, this thing's working its way down pretty fast. We passed over the 50% marker. Usually when we pass the 50% marker, we continue down to at least the 20. So this is what I'm saying. We have a lot of, every time we come down, we usually come straight down and hit the 20. Look, we hit the 20. We passed the 20 here. Past the 20 here. We had a little hiccup here where it came up, but I mean, we still came down to the 20. I mean, so every time we've come down to the 20, it's been a pretty straight shot. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like at least and I'm not saying that this is going to go down to like, you know, we don't have to lose a ton of, I mean, go down to like 16.6, 16.7, you know, somewhere in that ball, 16.5 maybe. And it's going to come back down. Same with XRP. When you come back and look at XRP, anytime this thing actually comes down, it comes down and resets. Like, there's really, I mean, right here, you can see that there's definitely been some hiccups right here. So this thing came down right here and shot all the way up, and then it came down to the 20. It reset. It could do something like we see right here. So just be prepared that like that could happen, to where we come down, then we come up. And this actually right here was more volume than this one right here. See that? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Let me get the comment out of the way here. So you can see right here that this one on the 12 hour, so these are just little things to watch out for, is right here, this one right here, and this one right here were two totally different levels. Look at that, dude. This level right here was this peak, then it came down, and then we shot up to another high. So this is where you got to be careful, because your shorts right now could get liquidated with this rally right here. A rally like that could happen. You know what I mean? So just be careful. Last time we hit these levels, that's what it did. But again, it eventually followed down to where we're at right here. Okay. So just something you got to watch out for. Okay. That's why it's important to put your stop losses in, so that you don't miss out on these things right here, and continue to watch the trends. If this starts to hit past this 50 marker and start to trend back upward, think about what I'm telling you right here. Okay. And at that point, you should hopefully be out of your shorts and be preparing for the next move. Those liquidated shorts. Yeah, those are definitely liquidated short. That's what this was. This was a liquidation event right here. You can see liquidation event. You could probably go through this and probably see the massive liquidation events on this. Liquidation event. Probably another liquidation event right here. Here's our shorts. Yeah, probably a liquidation event right here, which is why this thing popped up and came back down. Yeah, there's been probably a handful of liquidation events. This one right here, this is a massive liquidation event, right? Look at that. That was one day. That thing went from, and I think this was March 1st, right? This was a crazy day right there. 227 all the way up to freaking $3. Like, that's a crazy day. That's a crazy 12 hour. That's a crazy 12 hours right there, dude. So realize that stuff can happen. So that's why it's important to put your stop losses in when you're ahead. Still, since stablecoins could pass at any moment, do you have any longs in the place? I do not. I'm trading. I don't trade off of news. I'm not trading off news. I'm trading off indicators. News is news can definitely shift the market, but you know you got to realize that indicators are still going to tell us where things are going to go. And even, like I said, even if you get the news passes, the stablecoin thing passes, and like everything's like everyone's like, well, it did pass the Senate. The Senate did vote on it. It did pass it. Now it just needs to be signed, right? Basically what it comes down to is that I'm not going to let the news does play some factor, but indicators are still telling us that no matter what, even with good news, this thing could come spike back up, but eventually it's going to come back down. So yeah, it's just a matter of how you want to play. And I guess everything telling us, I mean, indicators are telling me that things are going to come down. So Halliburton is just on another level, it looks like. Yeah, he's pretty good, dude. XRP 23 long is if you watch it fall and get ready for the comeback right up to 12%. Yeah, it could, that's very well on the table, dude. You got to be careful. I mean, people that came in last night today and put this right here, hit this fair value gap right in the middle of this fair value gap right here at 220 at 2222. I mean, now you're riding this up right now. I mean, that's a really good long. If you're able to jump in on that long this morning, I was sleeping. I woke up and was like, I'm going back to bed. And that was like up 1.37%. That's a really, really good long position that you just put in right there. So same with Hedera. If you came in and you put this long position in this morning at 16.5, this thing went all the way up to 3%, dude. Went all the way up to almost 17% today, or 17 cents. That's a really good long position right there. So yeah, if you're willing to scalp it and play the game, play the game. Kyle, thanks so much for being a member for 5 months, dude. Learning every day. Thanks, Austin. I appreciate you, my guy. Thanks so much, man. 5 months, dude. I feel like RLSD will be the death of XRP. A lot of people feel that. You know what I mean? RLUSD is like the number 3 traded stablecoin on a lot of these exchanges now, which is kind of crazy. So, let's see here. Let's see here. Since stablecoins, OKC will dominate in the end. You think so? I don't know. So we definitely have some room. We're gonna see how this how today plays out. 225, 2-1. The hour chart's coming. It peaked out at the hour chart right now. So we could probably be up here. We could probably be up here for most, we could be up here for most of the day, right? Before it falls off on the hour chart. 4 hours trying to work its way back up right here. Again, we'll have to see if it gets back up to roughly, you can see right here, usually it gets back up. If it hits this 20% marker, just be prepared for it to either get rejected. That's what you're watching for. If it gets rejected, you can see right here, it comes back up. It could just be a little tiny blip right here. There's a little blip right here on this one. So it could come back up just slightly, comes down, and then comes back up slightly, and then comes back down further, right? So this is what we got to watch out for right here. This is coming up. We want to see if it hits the 20 and then comes back down. So this should hang around the bottom for a couple days. At least we want this to hang around for the next couple days down here, going into Saturday and into Sunday. We want to do something like this so that going into this next week, if rate cuts come, we have a nice indicator saying, hey, this is a nice buy indicator right now, knowing that we have a potential rate cut coming in. It's a really good indicator to then long the market at that point. So that's what you want. You want really clear indicators, then you can make really confident moves. And that's what we want going into next week. So this could come up and obliterate everything we're talking about. But what we're hoping for is clear indicators going into next week so we can make really good formed decisions and make money. I missed the shorts, so I'm going to catch some on the longs. Okay, yeah, that's what we're going to post. That's what we're going to be pushing next, hopefully this weekend. You know what I mean? Hey, Lepa made it. All right, Evan. Austin, can you check the cookie for us, D-Gens? You guys in your cookie, man. I don't even know anything about cookie, dude. I don't know anything about cookie. I've never even followed it. I'm assuming cookie. Is it like cookie protocol, right? Cookie protocol. Is it the same thing? Is this it? Is this it right here? I mean, like this thing is telling us we're at the bottom. The 12 hours probably coming down hot. The day chart's probably coming down. Yeah, this is a. I mean, you're on a. It's interesting. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the chart. I haven't followed the charting on it. Definitely came down. Looks like it's filled up this fair value gap, which is nice. Yeah, this is I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but there you go. I don't know anything about Cookie either, but I have a swing trade. That thing is good. Okay, all right, Airset. But you read those charts. It's Cookie Dow. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the charts, right? You don't have to know the. I mean, you can see right now, based off this. I mean, the 4 hours down, the 1 hour is probably trying to. That's down right now. I mean, if you're trying to look to scalp it, it looks like it tends to stay down here for. We're probably at the bottom down here. It's at the 0.64. So I mean, if you're trying to scalp it, it's probably not a bad option to buy. If you're trying to scalp, I mean, you can see right here, there's a nice little fair value gap that it could fill up at 22 cents. But I mean, that's not a long-term thing. Last time you're at the bottom, we had a nice little pump there, came all the way up. So this thing actually bled pretty good. Gosh dang. 20%, gosh. If you shorted that, dude, you're in such a good position right now. If you shorted that yesterday, holy crap. But yeah, the 4 hours looking like it's down at the bottom, 12 hours coming down. It still probably has some room to come down, right? It usually touches bottom, bounced up, comes down. So, I mean, it's probably going to come down to the bottom here. So you could probably do some scalping, but realize it's probably going to come back down to the 20-cent mark. It'll probably come back down and touch this area in 20 cents. Israel considering military action. Yeah, that's another big too, right? So as much as there's positive news, there's definitely negative news when it comes to what's going on out there. So let me move Cookie up here. There we go. Any confidence on XRP on Tuesday? It's tough to say, dude. It really is tough to say. I don't know. I feel like that them still not making a decision from the courts is kind of like keeping it on hold. You should look into silver and platinum mining since Trump isn't pro EV cars. I think metal's like, I think he came back and said that he is. Scalp that shit, Austin. Do you really think they'll cut rates next week? I think that the people are betting for it, Tobias. There's a Polymarket is they put out bet, right? So I do think that there's a lot to say about the betting markets out there, where people are actually putting money towards what they think things are going to happen, like the projections. And Polymarket actually put out let's go to Polymarket here. Polymarket actually put out a projection yesterday, in regards to, where is it at? Oh, right here. It says how many Fed rate cuts will come in 2025, and right now, I mean, 30% chance say that 250 basis points, which is 30%. So I mean, you got to start cutting. I mean, we're already halfway through the year, so the chances of a rate cut is high, right? I mean, it's a pretty high rate cut. You can see, the higher this goes. I mean, we're talking about. It was less than 1, right? Less than was 0 is now 19%. 0 was originally what it was going to be in the beginning of this year, which you can see why it was up here at 30%. Then it became 1, and then now 1's down here at 20%. But I mean, two 50 basis point rate cuts are actually trending upward right now. So, I don't know, dude. People are the people are betting the markets right now, saying that we're potentially having a rate cut. So, we'll see. We'll see, dude. Like I said, the betting markets, I feel like kind of, people are betting money on this stuff. We're talking millions and millions of dollars on the line as to what's going to happen here. And I mean, people who maybe behind the scenes know it. Show my bag, Ozzy. Tell them a gold mining claim for Brodick location services. Are you mining, bro? Oh, they have contract bets on rate cuts. Yeah, that's crazy, Deb. I haven't looked at that. I should probably open up Coin or Robinhood. I haven't opened up Robinhood. And I couldn't tell you last time I actually looked at Robinhood. Cookie to $10 to $100. Yeah, you got. I mean, it's a Dow. It's a Dow. Dows. I like Dows. Jerome better cut and obey his daddy. I sell gold mining claims in California, man. Okay, that's cool, dude. Hands in the air over the cookie, and no one gets hurt. So did Elon and Trump make up? I think they did. Yeah, I think they did. think they did, which is probably good for the markets. Yeah, XRP is creeping back up right now. Creeping back up. So let me download this real quick. Let's go. Sorry, I'm gonna go. Oh, I've got internet here. There we go. All right. Let me download. I'm gonna download the BTC app and then we'll play around with it on stream for you guys. Okay. Let's see here. Fake WWE beef. Yeah, that's what I think it was, dude. 100%. Let's go BTCC. Okay, it's down. I gotta get it downloaded on the thing here. Negotiation tactics. It probably is. I wish they call me Cookie. You guys in Cookie, dude. Bitcoin got a small pump going. Yeah, there's a little bit of a pump going right now, which it should be. I mean, you go back and look at the 4 hour. 4 hours at the bottom here, working its way up. The hour is working its way up here. So I mean, we're already breaching the 1 hour here. I mean, you know, we could. Like I said, this. I told you it's gonna hit the 362 level. Let me gosh, I hate when it does that. Hate when I zoom in on something and then I can't zoom back out. It's super annoying. The 382 level, I said 362. The 382 level hit the 382 level. It definitely hit the 382 level, and we're sitting right at the 382. We'll see if it actually stays on this 382 or comes back down. The 25 level is where we had it, and then you can see. We'll see if we can actually come back down to this 20 marker right here. Let's go to this one. This one's a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, it hasn't quite hit the 382 level on this fib. So let's see here. Austin, do you show your play? You show where you placed the fib? Yeah, I can show where I placed the fib. This one right here, I placed the fib on back over here on the last dip right here, which is back on April 6th. Again, you could take it, you could put it anywhere you want. I'm just playing this out because this is we had a nice little rally, right? And then we've had a retrace. This is the retracement right here. So until the next rally, right? Then you replace the retracement. So we're in the middle of a rally right here. So we're tracking this retracement from here to here and until it reaches up here to like the 236 again, because what we're trying to catch is the retracements down here. So I started at the and this one I've extended since we started this, right? Since about right here, right? You go from the bottom of a cycle to the top of a cycle, and then you watch the retracements form. So that was on April 7th. And this one, I think I might have done it on, let's see, when did I do this one on? I probably did April 7th as well. Yeah, I did the same thing, April 7th. So the fibs are the same. I just got to probably move this one up a little bit. And again, these are a little bit different charts because one's Binance and the other one is Coinbase. So yeah, very, very close in terms of hitting the 382 level. Austin, what type of cookies do you like? I actually kind of like Snickerdoodles. Snickerdoodles are my favorite, dude. Snickerdoodles are my favorite ones. So they have to be soft. If they're hard Snickerdoodles, that's sometimes a little funky. I spent 4 hours on Fibonacci learning it, and the only thing that confused me is where to start. Oh yeah, you want to start it at the low and the high. You can start it wherever you want, right? The further you go away, the further out you go, the better. The better it is in terms of being able to have like a better picture. The closer you are in something, the harder it is to trade. So when you're looking at the 1 minute chart or the 2 minute chart or the 5 minute chart or the 10 minute chart or the 15 minute chart, those are like short term, like really small windows, and they don't give you the full picture of what the market's doing, right? So you're like scalping or whatever you want to do. And I still, even for scalping, don't even look at those because it's just too close. Same with fib charts as well. I mean, if I came and moved this fib right here, we'll just delete this. I'll just go back and redo it. But I mean, if you want to put a fib chart right here, and you're like, okay, I want to start the low here and go up to here. You're still in the same area, right? You're just trading you're trading at something different, right? We're still talking about the 382 level, which again, you could still do this. This was back on June 5th, which is only a 7-day window of information here. And you're saying, okay, well, it's retracing down to 3.2. So we know that it got past the 236. It's still saying the same thing. It's got past the 236. It hit the 382, which is actually a pretty deep dive, right? That's a pretty deep fall. And then when we went down to the point, anything to the 0.5 is a pretty big fall. It doesn't change anything. We know that the 0.3, the 382 level is a good level. And look, based off where the charts are telling us that this can actually fall to the 0.5. So if we go back to where we we're saying the same thing here, right? It's just the chart's just a little bit differently. We're saying that the 382 level is a level of support here, or a level of resistance potentially. You can see there's a level of resistance right here at the 226. And, we're going to retrace it. We're hoping that we can retrace it back down towards the 0.5. So it doesn't really change a whole lot, but you could really change it however you want to look at it, dude. Yeah. Austin, how do you get the Pure Wallet airdrops on SafePal? They'll airdrop it to your wallet, dude. They'll airdrop it to if you use SafePal for the Pure Wallet pre-sale, they'll airdrop it to the wallet. As you guys know, the Pure Wallet pre-sale is still going on right now. We've actually had some really good buys coming in, dude. I have a really good feeling about Pure Wallet. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not here to like shill the hell out of it. I'm just excited for it, and I think the pre-sale is gonna do good. And I think that people who got in have a potential to do really well. I personally have bought into it. I'll probably be buying some more into it. Not because it's just it's a DAO token as well. So I want to have some control, in some way to be able to put my 2 cents in on where the wallet's going to go and the direction of the wallet. So yeah, I'm excited for the Pure Wallet pre-sale, dude. Like, I know some people don't really care for pre-sales. I dig pre-sales. So, not all pre-sales that I know. See, I learned some stuff quick. I'm all up on the TV with the volume turned up. All right, Aircent, got you, man. Austin, I learned how to short and long. Can I quit my job? Yes. Absolutely quit your job. Just kidding, Mark. Don't do that. All right, I'm going to sign into my BTCC account here. Let's go. And then I'll share my screen with you guys. And we can go through the app like I told you guys I would do. There we go. Yeah, I get it, dude. Confirm. Yeah, thanks. Skip. Got it. Okay. So now that I'm logged in here, I'm gonna see if I can share my phone here. Let's see. I forgot how to do it. I forgot how to actually share my. Oh, here, maybe I do this. Let's go here. There we go. Let's go here. Oh crap! That shares the whole thing. Gosh dang! I don't want to share the whole thing. I wonder how I can. I wonder how I could do this. I forgot how to do it, dude. Let me see. I should probably be better at this. Displays. Let's go. Share screen. I forgot how to do it. I know that you can actually. I forgot. I should be better about this. I should know. I did it before. Have you have an affiliate link to? Yeah, it's in my description box, dude. So if you're gonna use BTCC, dude, definitely click on the link. You get 10%. So make sure you deposit more than $500 so you can actually play with that. Let's see. So you can actually get some free money from BTCC, and it's legit. It's actually legit. So, okay, AirPlay. That's not what I wanted. I got to figure out how to do this. I learned how to short. Thought of Michael Saylor. Please accidentally share your wallet. I bought into Pure Wallet. I didn't know about an airdrop. Yeah, so the Pure Wallet, they're going to airdrop the tokens to you. So you'll just they'll show up in your wallet when the project launches. You're not going to go to like a decentralized platform and how to share. Oh yeah, AirPlay. Okay, AirPlay. I'm trying to figure out how to do AirPlay. So bad at this. On your phone, open the controller, swipe. Dude, I should be better at this. Oh, right here. It tells me down here. I'm active. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to mirror my phone. I forgot how to do it. So you have to give me 1 second here if you want to see how the app works. Let's go here. iPhone mirroring. There we go. Figured it out. Here we go. Allow. Okay, perfect. All right. All right, cool. There we go. iPhone. Here we go, guys. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this now. I'm gonna put it over here. Let's see if I can actually make this bigger. I wonder if I can make it. Oh shit. Yeah. You can't even make this bigger, can you? All right, so this is as big as it gets. I don't know if I can actually zoom in on this or not. Huh. I wish it was bigger. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's probably not that good. Oops. But basically what you want to do is you want to go to BTCC up here to your app. Okay, now we're in the app right here. And so now you have all your orders over here. So you can see my orders over here. You might have to zoom in a little bit on this one. It's not that. I wish I could make it bigger. Maybe I can zoom in here. Let's actually see if I can zoom in. Let's go file. I could probably make the screen bigger. Hold on a second. Let's go to controls, settings. I could probably make the screen bigger. Hold on a second. Let's go desktop display. Let's do oops. There we go. There we go. Is that better? Okay. That's probably a little better there. All right. It's best I could do at this moment. So bear with me here. Okay. So what we want to do here, let me cool this down here. So you can see right here. Yeah, it doesn't actually do it when it's on this screen. Kind of lame. Wish they would allow you to make it bigger, but that's as big as I can get it. All right. Well, here we go. You guys can see it. Okay. So really what we want is that you have these shorts right here. So you have what's called this is actually just your pro right here. So this is where you can do isolated and or cross. So you have isolated perpetuals. So this is where you want to go. If you just want like your money where you put down $100 and you're only going to put the $100 for margin, you want to come over here to USDT M Pro. And that allows you to change between isolated right here and cross. So if you do put a trade in, like a lot of these trades over here, I put them in I put them in isolated. I'd go over here, and there's only on these ones, you could only do 6 of the major cryptos on isolated. Now, if I want to do cross margin, I go over here to the perpetuals, which is USDTM over here. And this allows you to pretty much trade anything you want, dude. Like literally you can search up anyone. Like if you want Cookie's probably in here, right? There's Cookie. If you want Zbeck, I don't even know if Zbeck is in here. Everyone loves Zbeck's not in here. But if you have like Quant's probably in here. Nope, Quant's not in here. That's crazy. Okay, so Quant's not in here. Pepe's in here. There's Pepe. You got Shib. I mean, you can go down the list of things that are in here. There's a lot of cryptos out here that you can short. So the whole goal here is to actually then put a short in. It tells you right here, I have $752 of free margin, meaning that I can, that's the money that I actually have in my account right now that I can use for trades. And so when you do cross margin, your whole account's up for sale pretty much. So be careful because cross margin can actually get you really, really screwed if you're not following or paying attention. If you use cross margin, you definitely come in and you put pending orders in. Like you can see right here, I have a pending order in for a sell order for a stop loss on my H bar, which is to close my short when it hits a certain price. And I need to come in and do that with my XRP short here as well as put in one of those pricings as well. So to do this, what you want to do is let's just say that you want to go up here and you got a 50x long. You want to put a 50x in, you can go over here and you can change this, right? 50x is a lot. Let's just say that you want to do a 10x margin. You can say, okay, I'm going to confirm that. And then I want to go and we're going to trade. Let's just do, what's one that we haven't done today? Let's just say Pepe. Let's just do Pepe today. And I want to put a short in on it or a long in on it. All I'm going to do is come over here and I'm going to say how much Pepe I'm going to purchase. So right now we're going to purchase 100,000. We're going to purchase 1 million Pepe for and I'm going to margin $246 at a 50x margin. If I want to change that down to 10x, right? Like I said, it went back up to 50, but if I want to change it to 10x, it's gonna be a lot more. That's going to be a $1,231 I'd have to margin for a million. So I can't do that. So let's go back to, I'm only going to probably be able to do 100,000 Pepe, right? Or you can do 150,000 or maybe 200. Let's just do 200,000. So for $246, I'd have to do 200,000 at a 10x margin. And now it's telling me that where my margins are at. And if I say open short, it's going to tell me my liquidation price. So if it goes up to 16,481, I'll be liquidated. Right now, the price is at 12304. 12304. Oops, touched my phone. And if I open up a long on this, it's going to tell you my liquidation price is it's right here at 8. So that is 508. So there's a lot of move. There's a lot of room to move for this to come down and hit for the 0.8. So there's a lot of, basically the goal is if you're going to long something, you want the liquidation to be super low because I mean, the chance of this to come down to 508 is probably pretty small. So, putting a long in on this, again, it might fluctuate. You might go down a little bit. It might hit the, 1,000 mark or 1,100. And, again, be careful because you have to see, just because you have 246 in there, you could be liquidated because it goes up to falls down. And now it's pulling into your $762 that's free over here. That's no longer going to be free anymore. So you got to be careful for that. I think that is the link for the Pure Wallet. Oh, yeah. So that's how you do it. I mean, it's that simple. I don't do Coin M. I don't do spot on here. I only do the perpetuals for the pro and the perpetuals over here. You have your trade down here. So you have your assets, which again, if you're going to deposit onto here, I deposit straight into the account here. So I'll come over here and I'll actually go to my wallets and I convert to move from crypto to crypto on your phone. You got to actually go to the desktop first. So that's how I move it. I move it on the desktop. I'll actually take my Coinbase account. Say I take $1,000 in Ethereum or a USDT or whatever you choose, and I copy that address and then I put it into the wallet address here. That's how I do it on here. I don't actually connect my accounts or anything like that. So I avoid that stuff. So I'll literally go to my account here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I minimized it. Let's go. Geez, dude, it's so big now. Holy crap. So we'll log in here. Log in. It's like giant now. Holy crap. Okay, so now let's do boom, boom. It gives me this stupid thing I do to verify the account. So I go over here to deposit. Dude, this is so bad. It's so zoomed in. It's crazy. So I go over here to deposit, and I'll say crypto deposit right down here. And then I'll actually go to USDT. I go down to Ethereum, ERC20, and then I copy this into my Coinbase, and then I send the funds over. And you can see your deposit histories in here. So really, I've only sent over like a little like $1,500 to the maybe like $1,600 to the account, taking some things off. But I mean, yeah, there's like I've moved like $1,600 over to the account so far. And right now, I mean, we're up to almost what $3,500. So yeah, you know, decent in the last month to be doing. Yep, I do USDT Coinbase and send it to BTC. Yeah, that's the way to do it, dude. And like I said, if you're going to download, if you're going to do this for the first time, if you're going to go click on my link, the BTCC link, and I'm not shilling this for anything, I'm just telling you guys, like, it's like you do legitimately get the 10%. Like, I've traded with it, I've made money off of it. So, like, you know, some people have moved over $1,000 and got $100. Some people moved over $10,000 into their BTC account and got $1,000 to trade with. Right? That has happened. I mean, people have reached out to me and asked me if that's doable, and then they came back and told me that it actually worked, and I was like, that is badass. So holy crap, it's like I put my glasses on. Oh, did I? Oh, you're talking about when this thing blew up? I guess I should probably, this screen should probably be bigger because it's probably hard on is it hard when to see like what I'm presenting on my stream? Is it hard to see the words and stuff? I think Mods deleted my link to Pure Wallet site. Can you? Yeah, I'll look in the chat there, Andrew. And agreed, Andrew. If you never leverage trade, stick to us. Yeah. So that's where you want to stick to. Let's go back to the phone here. So one of the things you got to be, you know, very careful of here too is your trading. So I like to trade on isolated, especially when I'm trading large amounts. Like you can see this one, my margin is $1,000. I got $1,000 margin sitting on this one right here. I'm up $434. I'm up 42%. On this $1,000 margin. That means I took out $9,000 on a 20x perpetual isolated margin for XRP. That means I took out $9,000. That I'm basically borrowing $8,000. I'm basically borrowing like more than that. I'm borrowing almost $18,000, right? On a 20x margin, it's like almost $19,000 minus the $1,000 that I put in there, right? So that's basically what it is when you're getting a 20x on that. You're borrowing. You're putting $1,000 down, and they're basically giving you almost $20,000 in XRP. They are giving you $20,000 in XRP, and that's what you're playing up against. So you're using $20,000 of XRP to margin trade. So they're giving you that, but again, it could go sideways and go backwards on you. So just realize that when you do a 50x margin, that means I put $325 down on a 50x margin, but they gave me 100 Solana, right? Solana sitting at what? I bought it at $159. So what's 100 times $159? Like $15,000, right? So the exchange is giving me 15,000. What is that? 100 times 159. Yeah, it's almost $16,000 that they're giving me for leverage. I only put up 325, but they gave me $16,000 to play with. So again, it's not a gift. It's something you have to be careful with because you can lose your money pretty quick. I have not. I mean, I traded directly on the XRPL using the what is it called? I forgot what it was called. Shit, what is that thing called? The ledger, the something ledger. I don't know. I don't remember what it was called. Holy crap! It's like yeah, it's funny, dude. I think so. Yeah, that's basically what it is. If you guys have questions, let me know. I'll keep it up here for a little bit because we are coming up on the hour. What's up from Boise? What's up, Petra? What I do find, some people don't find that this is easy. And if you want to put in a stop loss or you want to increase your margin, you just go to the little plus symbol right here, and you can actually just increase margin so you don't get liquidated, right? So if you're like, oh crap, I'm getting close to getting liquidated, you can come up and you're like, okay, I'll put up another, I'll put up another $25 so that moves my price from 165 to 166, or it's actually more like, you got to put up like $100 to get to 165 to 166, but you can move that around. You can also come in here and you can put your stop losses in or take profits. So you can come over here and you can say, I want to put a stop loss in. So if this actually goes to let's just say right now the price is at, I bought it at 229.41. The estimated liquidation price is 238.38. The price is at 224. So if I say, okay, I want it at 225, I want to take profits. That means that when it hits 225, it's gonna cash out, and I'm gonna get $397.71 to my account. If I say I want to cash out at 2.255, and that's 352. Well, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to do that close because I think it could drop more. So I'm going to do a trailing stop loss, and we're doing it backwards because it's a short. So I'm going to be about 1% down on this. So I'm going to say that if it hits 227, I'll cash out, which would be about $2.17. Or you can say 26.5. Or like, I don't want to lose more than $300. I'm going to keep it at 226. It has to hit 226 in over 12 hours. So, you can do whatever you want, dude. Like literally do whatever you want. Do what's best for you. Always take your profits. Never let the exchange take the profits from you. Like that's all I can say. Stack up your wins. Don't stack up your losses at the end of the day. Like I know that sounds stupid. Like it sounds so easy to say. And it's a lot easier said than done, because when you're in the green, taking the profits is the hardest thing in the world. That's where greediness will catch you, dude. If you get greedy, you'll get caught. This in this space in general, greediness will overtake you every single time. I promise you, dude. Whether that's in meme coins, whether that's, getting in, jumping into a meme coin. That's what people do. People will buy into these meme coins. And then what happens? They try to hold it for a month. They're long-term holders, and people are selling on them, and the market completely tanks. And then they're left holding dust. So, as much as meme coins can run, realize that they can turn around just as quickly as a margin trade. That's really what it comes down to. Okay. So, yeah. But there it is. So with all that, I'm actually going to be hopping off here unless you guys have any more questions on this. Yeah, it's cool. I finally figured out how to share my phone with you guys. So that's kind of cool. We can do more of this if you guys need it. But yeah, definitely download your BTCC. You can definitely connect your accounts, make it easy if you like. But, at the end of the day, this is the best way to do it. So let's see here before I hop off. Oops. What's funny is I was watching you guys this entire time, and my what's crazy is my my comment section stopped working on stream. So that's why I stopped seeing right here. Let's see here. Just wanted to say, bro, God bless you. Oh, appreciate that, Vegas Claw. Did you announce the play of the day? I did not announce the play of the day, dude. Lesson I learned a long time ago is you're willing to screenshot it, then you should be willing to cash it out. Yeah, that is true. That's a good one, Andrew. I like that. Peace out, Austin. Yeah, no, we'll do a play of the day. I didn't prepare. I actually didn't prepare a play of the day because we're in such long shorts here. But we could do a play of the day, and I think, like I said, let's pull up before we jump off here, because I do want to put it in here. Where's my next thing? There it is. Gosh, that's freaking big, dude. I was looking earlier, dude. Where I was looking at earlier, and again, this is like this could be a degen play, but what I was looking at earlier, guys. Let me try to get my thing situated here, because it's like now it's like giant. It's like literally. I feel like I don't know. It's way too big in terms of. Can you guys see that better though? I mean, I guess that's kind of the thing, is if you guys can see it better, I'll keep it like this. I don't know why it's like having issues now. There we go. Okay. So I was actually looking at Coinbase here. I was going down and looking at like where the biggest falls were, and like where the potential kickbacks were. So Chainlink was up there for one of them, and we're talking top 25. Chainlink was one of them. There was where'd you go, dude? I think it was maybe it was Virtuals. Yeah, I think it was Virtuals was the other one. But I was looking at like where the biggest falls were, and then trying to buy maybe a short on this. And like, you can go back and see. I mean, one of the biggest ones in the top 10 that's like a pretty good one is Chainlink right now. And so Chainlink was kind of the one I was looking at earlier today to like potentially put a long position in. But since we've been on stream, I didn't even like consider it after we got on stream here. So let's go to Chainlink here. Let's actually, I gotta fix my screen here real quick, because this is like really too much. Maybe we'll do it like that. Maybe that's a little better. Okay. That's a little better for me. So Chainlink was one of them right here. You can see Chainlink has actually been a nice one to follow too. The 1 hours are already on its way up. So this is where I was talking about before the stream started, right? 9 o'clock. I was like right here before the stream started. Look at this, dude. This thing went up all the way up almost roughly. We're talking, dude, that went really well. So before stream, I was like, it was about 9:30, and this thing was right here at like 14.380. And I was like, man, this might be a good time to look at it because it was already down. It was already down like 8%. And I was like, gosh, dang, dude. And this thing has already went back up to 1.8%. So yeah, this might change my perspective on it. But Chainlink was one of them. We're looking at the hour chart now. The 4 hour is at the bottom. The 12 hour is working its way down. The day is working its way down. I mean, like I still feel, oh man, I still feel like shorting's the way to go. Even after seeing this little pump in this last hour, seeing this last little pump right here. I wish you would. I probably should have done the beginning of the stream, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. I still feel like the short is the play of the day for something like this. You can see here in the last 12 hours, this is going to come up and hit this fair value gap, still showing it's going to come back down, somewhere in this ballpark, right? Even if we're at where we're at right now, we come back down. Even a 2% decrease would be big. What do you guys think? Chainlink? I should have put it out in the beginning of the stream. I totally spaced it, dude. I totally spaced it. A-Team Strong. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, Seiko Hunt. Thanks so much. I can't pull you up, dude. My chat's all jacked up. Just to let you know, the chat on stop working over here on StreamYard. So I can't see the chat. But Seiko, thanks so much for gifting 10 memberships to the A-Team. If Seiko gifted you a membership, please say thank you to Seiko. What's up, my guy? Appreciate you, man. And all those new members, welcome to the A-Team. Appreciate you for being here. Andrew's Cookie Hater. I've made over 40K on Cookie, double my money. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Let's get ready for an upcoming long. Yeah, the longs are gonna. I'm the only time I'm probably gonna put a long in, dude, is probably when we settle the 12 hour. The 12 hour needs to settle down here for me to feel guaranteed of like putting a long in. The goal is to not rush your plays. And sometimes you feel like you have to jump into a play right away, and sometimes you can get caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Not speaking of cookie protocol, but your hand in the cookie jar. And really the goal is maybe sometimes you have to wait a couple days. And the longs, we're going to have to wait. The longs, we're going to have to wait till like Saturday, Sunday. We have to wait for this thing to come down here on the 12 hour for a lot of these. But the play right now is the short link, dude. I feel it. Like I said, it could come back up here and hit these levels. You can see there's a massive amount of resistance here at 14.9. But yeah, this was kind of the play of the day. So, and we already came up on this hour, and you might not have to do it right now. It's up to you to decide. Sometimes it's looking like this hour chart still has some room to play out right here. So let this hour chart play out before you actually do it. This could take maybe another hour or two. Let the 4 hour, work its way up here. It's going to do maybe it's going to do something like this right here, where it comes up a little bit and then comes back down. So wait for this to sort of peak out and then decide before you put in another short so that you get the top of this. But if you're like, hey, I don't have time to wait for that, I do think that we're in a position where this could come down a little bit further, like I said, into the 13s maybe. Right down here at this nice little support level at 13.866 could be an area maybe, which is a nice little fair value gap on the 4 hour. And then the 12 hour right here, we have another low fair value gap at this 13. So we have two fair value gaps on both charts. So that's actually showing pretty strong at the 13.7, 13.8 level. But the play is to short. Let's actually do it. We'll do it live on stream here. Let's actually do it live on stream. I'll short. Right now we'll short. We'll put a short in for. Let me log back in here. We'll short Chainlink together on here and see how it works out. Okay. Deal. Seems to be one of the most traded bot cryptos. You talking about Chainlink? Yeah, it could be. Chainlink's it's up there, dude. Let's see. Boom, boom, and oops. Sorry. Boom and boom. I hate this little thing, dude. This thing is super annoying. Okay, we're gonna go into futures perpetuals. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna type in chain. They not have link on here? Link? I was like, gosh, dang, they don't have link on here. The only downside is that if you're putting in, you can see over in the last day, this is down. Let's go to the 1 hour chart here. See over the last hour, dude, we're just came into this hour, which is crazy. Gosh, dude, I wish we would have looked at I wish we did the play of the day at the beginning of this, but you can see we're down to 14.3. I think we have some more legs to come down on this with. Just based off the chart alone. The only thing that sucks if you put in a short right now is that if you do it on market, the market will it kind of like screws you a little bit, but we'll do it. Let's just do it. We're going to do quantity. Let's do how much should we do? Should we do like 360? Let's do 200 and let's do 300, 350. Let's do 300. Let's do 300, which gives me a contract. We're going to do a 20x margin. We're going to give us a contract value of about almost $4,000 for $200 on this. We're going to open up our short here. Our liquidation price is 215.61. So now you want to go back and actually look at this and say, okay, when did it last hit 215.61? So I mean, that was basically back in yesterday. Hit up here. Are we on a path where that could actually happen? Yeah, this is a risky play. It's a risky play. The 1 hour, the 4 hours at the bottom here, working its way up. But the 12 hour and the day is coming out. It's peaking out. Yeah, because we could do something like this right here, which is scary. You got to be careful with this short, dude. You got to monitor this short, but monitor the short because again, it could be reversed real quick. So we're just gonna say liquidation price is 17 USDT. Margin is 215. Why does that look funny? Let's go. Yeah, 17.472. Yeah. So let's just go order. We're just gonna put it in and see what happens. We'll put it in and see what happens. I'll put my money where my mouth is. Monitor it closely. This could be a short. This could be a short, right? See where it's going to go. Already down $9, but we'll see how it plays out. So there we have it for the day. Play of the day. H-bar long. I'm ready for the play. It actually shows some newer trader discipline if you're not trading. Yes. So 20x margin's pretty decent. So, but yeah, with all that, guys, I'm going to hop off here. There's play of the day. We're going to monitor it, see where it goes. I'll definitely update everyone in Discord here, and we'll see how it works out. So with all that, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And with all that said, we're out. Peace out, everyone.